I told you that the most dangerous kind of racism isn't shouted in the streets, but whispered in the classrooms, hallways, even living rooms? You know, the kind where someone says, relax, it's just a joke. Don't take it personal, we're friends, it's okay. I've heard that so many times, and every single time, it made me wonder why the joke had to be at my expense. I can't even count how many times someone has commented on my hair, my skin, or the food I eat, always followed by, come on, it's just a joke. But here's the important thing. That's the problem with racism. It hides in casual jokes, stereotypes, even so-called compliments. Words that might seem harmless at first, but over time, chip away at how someone may feel about themselves. In year 6, I stood tall and proud, but the world around me was filled with clouds. I was the only black kid in my class, and every day I had to wear a mask. This is a poem I wrote a couple of years ago and read at my year 6 graduation. I wrote about my experience as a black kid in Melbourne, Australia, about what it felt like to stand out, to feel different, and still be proud of who I was. I performed it in front of an audience of classmates, teachers, and parents. When I got off stage, I felt this new feeling wash over me. I felt brave. I felt seen. I felt heard. I belonged. But the next day, everything changed. There were many positive comments from people, but there were also many negative. It's like when you post your life on social media, and people say stuff, some good, and some people who don't even know you, the real you, decide to say things they wouldn't even say to their grandma. That's how hidden racism can be seen most of the time. It doesn't come from shouting or from hate. It comes from a joke, a comment, a laugh in the hallway. But it still hurts. It still makes you question if you belong. Young people see it. We feel it more than adults think we do. We notice the jokes aimed at the kid with a different name, accent, or skin. We see who gets laughed at, and who gets invited, and who gets left out. And we carry those moments home with us. Even when no one talks about it, we know what it means. This isn't just my story. It's happening everywhere. In Victoria and New South Wales, 1 in 3 students say they've experienced racism. For Indigenous and multicultural students, that number is nearly double. Yet despite 67% of students in Victoria saying they've experienced racism, fewer than 16% report it. Most of these moments remain invisible. But I refuse to be silenced, to be kept in the dark. I knew my voice deserved to make a mark. I am black and I am proud, and I will say it as loud as I'm allowed. I won't let their words bring me down. I won't let them steal my crown. So, the big question is, how do we fix this? How do we ensure that the next kid who writes a poem about identity doesn't regret the next day? Well, the answer starts small. First, we notice. Notice the jokes, the nicknames, the assumptions, and be brave enough to pause and ask ourselves, is what I heard or saw really okay? Next, we speak up. That doesn't always come from shouting or from hate. Sometimes it's as simple as saying, ouch, that hurt, or that made me uncomfortable. It's like the butterfly effect. It's this theory that one significant event can create a chain reaction of new outcomes. We can all have that effect on someone's life, in a positive or negative way. Thirdly, schools and teachers need to continue to treat racism as a serious issue, not just as another form of bullying, but a real-world issue that requires real attention. such as having a well-being box, where students can write racial interactions and the school would be able to talk about it, or at least know that's going on. Most don't report racism now because they believe that it will make no difference. We have to change that. And finally, we have to create spaces where every kid feels like they belong. Whether that's celebrating cultural days, or letting kids share their language, or just teaching each other about respecting each other's differences. We all have the power to notice the small moments and to speak up about it. I still remember standing at my Year 6 graduation, proud of what I had written. The next day, despite all the positive and not so positive comments, I didn't let it take away what I love. And that's the lesson I want to leave you today. Don't let other people's words take away your passion or your dream. Hidden racism might feel invisible, but it scars on self-esteem, confidence, and the way we see ourselves. We each have the power to notice the small moments and to speak up about it. I tried to fit in, to be like the rest, but my skin color made me stand out from the rest. I was different, and that made me feel small, like I didn't matter at all. Rosa Parks once said, "To bring about change, we must not be afraid to take the first step. We will fail when we fail to try." So my challenge for you is this. The next time you hear someone being racist, notice. The next time you see someone being treated differently because of racism, speak up. And the next time you get a chance to celebrate someone's story, do it. Because small actions repeated by many can change the world. I am more than just a color or race. I'm a person with a story to embrace. I stand here today in front of you all, a black kid in Year 6, and this is my call. Thank you.